All right, Innova, are we being serious about this one? Really? I mean, I know last year they did the Halo Pole Cats. I just gotten into disc golf at the time, and these are the new 2023 Nate Sexton Firebirds. Here's a 2022. Big shout out to David, one of my patrons, for sending this out to me. And today, I want to play around 9 holes with the 2022 versus the new 2023s versus just a stock run from this year, which is in the Champion plastic. Because honestly, there's differences between these three. This flies very similar to a Sexton, but this new Sexton is board flat, kind of like pretty nice, like very much flatter than the old ones. And so I imagine it's actually gonna be slightly more overstable, which I like, because I want something like that. Oh gosh. You know, on some level, you kind of gotta respect it. We're gonna play a random assortment of 9 holes here at Bird's Nest, including the top 9. But we're just gonna start on a 470-foot downhill hole, which if we get the nose down, get a little bit of turn out of it, we might be able to get all the way down there with the Firebird. We're gonna start with the new ones. I think they're gonna be a little more overstable just because of how flat, but they are still that color glow, really nice feeling plastic. Not a lot of turn in that guy. And we're a bit short. Definitely need a little more nose down, a little more turn, but 2022. No turn, again. Better shot though. Better. Now get out of it. Come on, come on, come on. Shoot. Much better on the distance front. I think if I would have turned either of these Sextons, they could have gotten there just straight through. Huh? Too far for the putt. Skipping. Nice shot. Nice shots, a little touchy, boys. And of course, the only one that I put any semblance of turn on. Still not even that much, but it's been high. I don't think this is a putt, but we'll see. Oh, not bad at all. I'll say I prefer the feel of the Sextons to just the Champion ones because that like color glow plastic feels so good. So if the 2023 is actually a decent bit more overstable, I might throw those. Not bad way to start with all pars. All right, next we're gonna play a nice little 550-foot par 4. Just try to bite off a little over 300 and then just a nice little upshot in. I was surprised and a little disappointed when I got these Champ ones in because I was expecting them to be very, very overstable, but they're not the FAF Firebirds. And if you've ever heard of that, I think it technically means firm and flat or flat and firm, but everyone knows it just means flat as pretty decent little flex line down there. That was a Champion one though. These ones are definitely more FAF. Well, not firm though, that's the problem. They're pretty gummy, which is nice, but they're way flatter. Like I'm so surprised. They seem very different because this one is almost the exact same as that Champion one. Here, we'll throw it back to back, see if it flies similarly. Actually give it some more height though and just kind of bomb it. Oh, sand skip, dang it. Now this one should move a little more right to left because there's less dome, which I normally don't like in discs, but for super overstable stuff, can be really useful. That's kind of a bomb. Nice easy chip up in. Hopefully we get our first birdies. Because as always with these, I guess this is kind of like a bag it or bin it. If we can't beat par with any of these discs, they'll be given away. But all right, so here is the 2022 basket straight through there. And over on this side, we have the Champion and a little bit further up because I gave it a little more height, but it is slightly more overstable. So, I mean, if I would have given the other ones a similar amount of height, they might also be up there. And I already have reviewed an overstable 9-speed comparison between the Felon, Firebird, Fireball, and Raptor. Big conclusion with that, please watch the video when it comes out still, is they're all like very similar flight-wise. Fireball is a little more overstable and a little more consistently overstable because it's just very flat and firm, whereas these other ones have different runs and they tend to be a little bit less overstable in most of their runs. But they're all the same, so it just matters what you like the feel of and what you have the most of. And right now I have a ton of Firebirds, so I think this year it'll be a Firebird year. So there is the kind of backhand flexor there. There's just a big overhead though. That sounds kind of legit. Get there. Well, I got a putt. That was more fun than going up the middle too. So we do have to flex something, or actually we're just gonna go over the top with this one as well, and maybe even with the last one just because throwing them on a tight little baby flex line, like 150 feet, not ideal. better. Yeah, I think this 2023 run feels like what you want a Firebird to feel like. Very flat. I was expecting more similar to 2022s when I pulled out the box, but very happy. Oh, still not enough. Quick draw. Nice. 2022 slacking a little bit. Probably because this one's got my stamp, but I'm partial. Actually, not quite. I wish I could get color glow with my stamp, but I think there's already someone who has kind of the monopoly on color glow Firebirds. All right, 2022 is a slacker. I do think that they still will come out with like actual SEXTON Firebirds this year, I'm guessing, because they did have the run from Las Vegas. Hopefully this isn't the only stamp, but at the same time, kind of hopefully it is, because I mean, I don't know, this run is money though. This run is really good. And I know a factory store always has good prices, so I'm not mad about it. This one's $355 out there, so pretty good push. Probably gonna have to throw it actually flat nose down with a little height and let it drift back to the left, or flex it a little, but we'll probably have to put it on this tree or just inside of it to give it the flex. So I'm gonna see if I can get there with a couple of flat, hard shots. Be smooth. Don't throw hard, be smooth. Okay, that's like 25 feet, but it was also anhyzer. This one's more stable, so I am gonna give it a little flex. Oh, and we're going into headwind. Dang it, I realized that as I started throwing, so I threw the nose up and it was really bad. Actually, right next to the other one. People who can throw Firebirds 400 feet are nuts to me. Maybe that'll mean me soon, but we'll see. That's a good shot. Yeah, so like 20 feet. Not close, but not bad. Good to know my headwind Firebird distance is about 125 feet. That was a little high. Looks like the Champ Firebird's kind of running away with it. I really expected the 2023s to be like significantly more overstable, but they're not like, they aren't FAF or whatever, because on those ones, the wing goes up to the very top and there is still a little slope down. So it's not like, if it was this, it would be very, very overstable. And it still is more than the 2022s, but I don't know if there's enough of a difference to justify 2 spots in a bag necessarily, to be honest with you. And I was thinking there would be. All right, for the next hole, we're gonna go to the basket that's right over here from the top, and we're gonna do a little catch cam action. Hopefully, throw on some solid shots. This is gonna be forehand. It's about 320, 330 down the hill. It looks like the wind is pushing this way as well, so we're gonna have to leave it a little wide, flat, or slightly anhyzer and let it stable itself out. Oh, it is a headwind. All right, those are way better than I anticipated because it's a very strong headwind there. I thought it was this way, and it just is coming straight up the hill, so I definitely didn't get that champion one wide enough though. No! Shoot. Lower your heart rates, kids. It's so easy to get lazy when my heart rate is like going a million miles an hour. All right, this is the second hole of the back 9, which is like 19 through 27. And this hole is 344. We do have a tail pushing us right to left. So it's gonna stable stuff out with the tailwind, meaning we wanna put a little more anhyzer on it, which is good to practice. And I've noticed that even on these, especially because they're so overstable, I'm like, I have to rip on them. So I always try to go and rip on them instead of just letting the disc come out smooth and throw it out and nose down. So there we go. I actually put some anti on it when I slowed it down. Oh, and it did not let it get left enough. I don't think it's quite far enough down there, but no stress. We got the champion. Yeah, great nose angle. Great job. All right, and this one just like that, maybe a little bit more to the right though, because it's gonna be slightly more overstable.
Hey, so I'm editing this right now, and one thing that could be helpful for you guys anhyzer form-wise is I'm realizing that I'm not following through with my hand down to the right. So while I am throwing this next one, which is another 2023, you can see my hand is kind of barely wimply coming down. When you're throwing on a lot of anhyzer, because you need something that is going to turn into a tailwind or an overstable disc, really want to make sure that you're throwing that hand towards the ground instead of what I was doing there.
And this is what happens when you're even slightly nose up on these downhill shots. Oh, that's cactus. Oh, thank goodness I didn't hit that. Not crazy, but 30 feet of a difference, and that one's behind the basket parked. These ones have about a 20, 25 footer. Oh, more tailwind than that, Dad. Stop being lice. Oh my gosh, okay. Great birdie. Our sixth hole is 320 feet. It's up there to the left. Typically it's a mid-range hole for me, but I think if we throw these on just pushing hyzers, where we get the nose angle down, throw them hard, we should see if we can get a hyzer 320. Actually, it's probably a bad idea. This is a Firebird. I'm gonna try throwing flat. I'm not good at flat. Little baby Annie to flat shot. Oh, it's so low, but it's nose down and it's flat, and get a skip. Not quite flat enough or right enough, but that is there. Oh no! Get over. All right, we suck at that shot. Let's go. Flatten out to the basket. 40 feet, love it. Step. No! First bogey of the round. I think we have enough birdies with it, but I'm gonna make sure we get one of the next two, just in case, because I don't keep score all that well when I'm playing decent, because I just assume that giveaways will never happen, and hasn't bitten me in the butt yet, but it's come close. Bit of a left to right wind, basket, all the way down there. I feel like that last one was farther than 320, but okay, this one's 340, forehand Firebird, gonna have to flex it into the wind and have it come back. Champion guy, nope, 2022, still up first. Might be a little short, but that is pretty good. Little champion guy. Little nose up, get there though. Oh, that is there. And now 2 runs with the 2023. Yeah. Trusted the stability on that guy. Oh no, it hit reeds, didn't get a skip. Yeah. Those are solid discs, dude. Let's go, that's parked. I guess I could say my forehands are a little bit consistent right now. This is the one that I thought would get the skip forward. The second, 2023, is literally parked. Then we have the 2022 and the champion. Maximum 20 feet away. Man, that putt is barely closer than my second drive. Okay, I'm liking this. This is actually helpful for me too. Oh, don't talk and putt. Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna throw Firebirds this year, seeing as I have so many of them. Some with my stamp that are a little too domey, and then these Sexton ones right now, they're just so available and they're such good discs that I think it has to be my overstable driver this year. So it's just helpful for me to practice and get the feel with these guys, because at least one of these is gonna make my bag, maybe multiple. Okay, now just to make sure, because last hole, it's not far. We're gonna play like a 270-foot hole that we can try to skip ace, because that sounds electric. But I'm trying to think what birdies I got, just because if I'm one down with the 2023, then I know I won't have to give it away, but I'm not sure if I am. Doink the putt for the next one. I'm even, I think. I'm even, I need to get this one, shoot. Now this distance, the 275-ish, 275 to 300, I think is really good for these, because I can just throw them out there on a hyzer, don't have to throw them too hard, know that they'll finish. So should be birdies all around. I'm actually gonna throw the first 2023 and then try to ace it with the second one. That way I can actually make sure that I don't have to give any of them away, because those are pretty cool collectors, little boys. Just nice and simple. Take him out of the wind a little more. I mean, still 15 feet. Perfect. Ace job. I thought I did it for a second there, just a little short. I had to end her on a star frame. For fun, while we outro, I'm gonna throw a bonus hole with these four and see if I can birdie, because it's like 350 uphill, very far, big ante line. Really does not help that I'm about to be throwing into kind of a headwind, but I'm kind of surprised that the Champion and this Sexton Firebird flew very similarly. This is just slightly gummier, which I think will help it to sit in the ground a little bit more instead of skipping. I'm not exactly sure which I might want to put in my bag. I might want to find a really flat one of these that I know can get the skips, because this one will skip, but it's also that gumminess. So I definitely think that one or two of these are going to make my bag, maybe with something additional to cover that 9-speed overstable slot. A little too stable for control, a little less stable than overstable, which is kind of nice, because that means that with these ones that I kept from my run, I just have like basically beat in Firebirds already. And if I find some flat ones for these Nate Sexton ones, they'll slot in really nicely. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully we're about to cut to me getting some birdies, but definitely go check out my MD1 versus Hex video to see my thoughts on whether or not Simon Lizotte might have been wrong on his assessment that the Hex is quote unquote the perfect MD1. Right down there, check it out. I appreciate you guys watching so much. Please subscribe to the channel. I also just posted my first of many second channel videos that I've already filmed. Check that out right up here. It's FPO is boring, because that's probably a really bad take, and I have a lot of good reasonings why. Check that out. Watch FPO disc golf. Pretty hard. Okay, love you guys. Bye.